Imagine the most brutal fight in superhero history, one that would leave entire cities in ruins. Omni-Man, the unstoppable Viltrumite warrior, versus Homelander, the unhinged tyrant of the Seven. Both are nearly invincible. Both have left a trail of destruction, and both believe they're the ultimate power. But if these two monsters actually clashed, who would walk away? And more importantly, what would it mean for the Invincible universe? This battle isn't just about strength, it's about experience, tactics, and pure savagery. So let's break it down and settle this once and for all. Omni-Man isn't just powerful. He's basically what would happen if Superman decided to go full evil and had zero chill. Born as Nolan Grayson, he's a member of the Viltrumite Empire, a race so obsessed with strength that they literally wiped out their own weak to keep the gene pool pure. If that sounds terrifying, it's because it is. Earth was supposed to be just another planet to conquer. For years, Omni-Man played the role of the world's greatest hero, saving lives, smiling for the cameras, and raising a family like a regular dad. But then, in the mother of all betrayals, he casually massacred the Guardians of the Globe in about 30 seconds flat. No dramatic speeches, no hesitation, just absolute carnage. But Omni-Man isn't just some overpowered bruiser. He's a trained warrior with centuries of combat experience. He's so fast he can cross galaxies before breakfast, so strong he can punch holes through planets, and so durable he barely notices getting hit. And unlike most superheroes, he actually knows how to fight. Yet, for all his power, his one weakness, feelings, specifically the complicated kind that stopped him from finishing the job when it came to his son, Invincible. But if he goes up against Homelander, that's a whole different story. If Omni-Man is an unstoppable warrior with a twisted sense of duty, Homelander is what happens when you give Superman's powers to the world's most self-obsessed man-child. Created in a lab by Vought International, Homelander was never taught morality, just how to be a perfect corporate mascot. The result? A narcissistic, power-hungry psychopath wrapped in an American flag. On the surface, he's a smiling, patriotic hero who saves the day and kisses babies. Behind the scenes, he's an absolute nightmare. Homelander does whatever he wants, whenever he wants, and expects the world to love him for it. If someone annoys him, laser eyes. If he's feeling insecure, he wipes out an entire village to make himself feel better. And don't even get me started on his mommy issues. Unlike Omni-Man, Homelander has never faced a real challenge. He spent his whole life being the strongest person in the room, bullying everyone into submission. He doesn't fight, he dominates. But here's the catch. He's never had to actually try. He has no real combat training, no strategic mind. And if things don't go his way, he spirals into a full-blown tantrum. So, what happens when he faces someone who's just as powerful and actually knows how to fight? Let's find out. Now that we know what makes these two ticking time bombs so dangerous, let's break it down. Who actually has the edge? On paper, Homelander and Omni-Man seem evenly matched. Both have super strength, flight, near invulnerability, and heat vision. Well, Omni-Man doesn't have laser eyes, but let's be real, he doesn't need them. They can both rip humans apart like tissue paper and move faster than the eye can see. But Omni-Man's power levels are simply on another tier. He has confirmed planetary destruction feats, has traveled across galaxies at insane speeds, and has fought entire armies of superpowered beings. Homelander. He's mostly spent his time bullying people who can't fight back. Omni-Man is a trained Viltrumite warrior, meaning he's been fighting for centuries, taking on actual threats and winning. He's battled entire fleets, survived brutal beatdowns, and always comes back stronger. Homelander, on the other hand, has never had to work for a victory in his life. He's terrifying because he's unchecked, not because he's skilled. The guy fights like a schoolyard bully, overpowering weak opponents, but completely losing it when things don't go his way. Both are ruthless, but Omni-Man is controlled and strategic. He fights with a purpose. Homelander, however, is emotionally unstable and driven by his need for validation. The moment he realizes he isn't the strongest person in the room, and that is a problem. All right, let's get to the good part, the fight. If these two powerhouses actually threw down, what would it look like? Let's assume this fight happens in a neutral location, somewhere far from civilians. Because let's be honest, if this took place in a city, there wouldn't be a city anymore. Maybe it's in deep space. Maybe it's on some war-ravaged battlefield. Either way, there's nowhere to run. The fight would start with Homelander doing what he does best, talking smack. He'd try to intimidate Omni-Man, throw out some arrogant threats, maybe even fire up those laser eyes for dramatic effect. And Omni-Man, he'd probably just sigh, shake his head, and get to work. But here's where things get interesting. Homelander isn't weak. His laser vision is strong enough to cut people in half instantly, and if he unleashes his full power right away, he might actually slow Omni-Man down for a second. Maybe, for a brief moment, it looks like he could win. But then, Omni-Man gets serious. Homelander has never fought someone stronger than him. The second Omni-Man shrugs off his best attacks and counters with real force, Homelander's confidence starts to break, and that's the real problem. Omni-Man is a warrior. Homelander is just a bully. He dominates weaklings, but against someone with actual experience, he's helpless. Homelander might try to run, panic, or even beg for his life, but against Omni-Man, there's no mercy. In the end, this isn't a fight. It's a lesson. And when it's over, there won't be much of Homelander left to clean up. So, what happens if this battle actually goes down in the Invincible universe? Spoiler, it's bad news for everyone. If Homelander somehow appeared in the Invincible world, his presence would shake things up. But not in the way he expects. He's used to being worshipped, but here, he's just another overpowered tyrant. The Viltrumites wouldn't fear him. They'd laugh at him. Omni-Man wouldn't see him as a rival, just an obstacle to crush. And once the dust settles, the world learns a harsh truth. There's always a bigger monster. If Omni-Man can dismantle someone as powerful as Homelander with ease, then who really stands a chance against the Viltrumites? For Mark Grayson, Invincible, seeing his father effortlessly destroy Homelander would be a brutal wake-up call. It would reinforce just how far he has to go before he can truly stand up to the Viltrumite Empire. And for the heroes of Earth, any hope that someone else could take on Omni-Man would be shattered. This fight would hammer home a key idea in Invincible. Power alone doesn't make you a true threat. Training, experience, and sheer will matter more. And in a world where Viltrumites exist, Homelander was never a real contender. This fight has sparked endless debates across fan communities. Reddit, Twitter, YouTube, everyone has an opinion. But let's be real. Most fans agree this isn't even close. This wasn't just a fight, it was a reality check. Homelander might be terrifying in his world, but against Omni-Man, he's just another overhyped bully who finally picked the wrong fight. But maybe you see it differently. Does Homelander have any real shot, or is this just another day at the office for Omni-Man? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to subscribe for more epic versus battles, deep dives, and crazy fan theories. Also, drop a comment on what matchup you want to see next.